Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Kermit. If you haven't been here before, we pretty much are going to be talking just any politics, sports, life lessons, you know, things of life, sports, anything goes really on this. It's not anything that you might not have seen in other YouTube channels. I try to be authentic, but in this life, it's a lot of regurgitation of things that I've learned throughout the years from my father, my mother, aunts, uncles, teachers, coaches, things like that, where, I get to have my voice heard through this channel. Because I think that I have something cool to say, and it's not always gonna be cool, but when I do get into the rhythm of things and I get to talking, sometimes things sound cool and it might sound good to somebody that's watching, and they'll use what I say and it might change their life a little bit. Back in high school, I used to post a lot on Facebook about politics, and I would get a lot of comments, I would get a lot of interaction, so I hope I get the same interaction on the YouTube channel. I think the YouTube is a little bit better because you actually get to see my face, you get to see hear my voice. It's easier to debate myself in a platform like this, whereas on Facebook, the emotion sometimes gets misconstrued. Over the last 2 years, 3 years, I have been really busy off of social media, making sure that I built the foundation and developing skills that I can fall back on and have like merit for me being on the platform. I think a lot of times, when we're younger, we talk a lot, but there's nothing to back our plate up. I didn't want to be in those situations where I'm just a talker and I don't have anything to show for what I say. Everything that I have been saying, the last, 10 years of saying, hey, I'm gonna make something of myself, I'm gonna overcome a bunch of obstacles that I feel that I have in front of me, and I'm gonna be successful. Success can be measured in a lot of different ways. It can be measured obviously in money, health, the people that surround me, and I think for me, my wealth and all that comes from, what I just mentioned, and my career. There's a lot of things that I'm super proud of that I can't really even go into detail to talk about, what goes into that. But the things that I can share, I do want to share them. And, going back to the things that I've been working on off camera, my house, that I bought with my girlfriend, we've been busy remodeling it, furnishing up the whole living space, with the help of my father and my mother. Flipping, just getting it, not flipping it, remodeling it. And, that's something that I'm really proud of, because throughout the journey, the last 3 years, 4 years has been to gain skills that I can use for the rest of my life. That's working, with tools, things like that. I'm also still getting in the kitchen. I like to cook, I like to clean, but those are all skills that are necessary. And for me, they're a way for me to pay homage to my mother. My mother is literally the best cook in the state of Wisconsin, probably one of the best in the country, if not the world. I'm not even being biased. It's just, facts and people telling me my whole life that they love my mom's cooking. So for me, cooking is a way for me to pay respects to my mom. Same thing cleaning, washing dishes, things like that a man doesn't normally do. I do them as a respect to my mother. As a respect to my father, I like to, do projects with him. He's a very, very motivated individual. He comes home and after his, normal job, and he's always working, doing something around the house, electric, gas, anything, big projects, remodeling bathrooms, you name it, he can do it. Working on cars, he's always working. He's never sitting down watching a football game or a baseball game or anything like that. He's always working, doing things. And as a kid, I hated it. I thought I missed out on so many opportunities with my friends, having fun, but now that I'm getting older, I definitely appreciate my dad's work ethic, and I definitely lean into him a lot more. I have a friend of mine who, was kind of calling me out for not being as available the last couple years in, let's say, functions of having fun or missing a lot of activities, things like that. And I had to, kind of tell him, hey, I've really been busy with school. My concentration was finishing school, graduating, make sure I did graduate so I could go into the career that I'm in right now, which the last year and a half have been just huge blessings in that field. And then also, when I did have time off, I was always working with my father, like I said, remodeling the house. And that to me is super important to keep reaching out to my family. This buddy in particular, he lost his father. It's been a little while, but I can't imagine losing a parent, and that's how hard that can be, and that never goes away. So this friend of mine, I had kind of stopped talking to him, and he thought it was because I got into a relationship, things like that. I'm like, nah, man, like it's because I've been busy, and I've also wanted to cherish the time that I have with my dad and my mom while they're still living here. That's another measure of success for me. That's not shown very much on social media and things like that. So, I had to explain it to him, and he's like, wow, man, like, I didn't know that, he just wanted me to share more with him is really what he was kind of coming at me for, that I'm not as expressive, I'm not texting, I'm not reaching out. And all he just kind of really wanted was just to hear an explanation of some sort. So I told him, hey man, I know you lost your father, and because of that lesson of, not having, of you losing your father, I wanna, go and talk to my dad more and hang out with my mom more. I think about my friends all the time, and I'd wish that they really understood how much they mean to me and how much influence I have gotten from them, and the things that I do in my life and the things that I do outside of social media and do for my community. I think about my friends and my family members all the time. I pray for them, I think about them, and I think this for me right now is a way for me to get that out there a little bit. I've always been a real big promoter of all my friends' successes and wishing them well. And the last couple years, I feel like I did fall off a little bit of sharing, of going out there, reaching out to my friends, having even a little bit of like a dinner or a lunch. But I was just so focused on making sure that I wasn't so far behind everybody else. I felt I was really behind in my career, things like that, because I was, I'm young. I'm still young. So I'm like trying to figure out what exactly do I want to do? Who do I want to be? What skills do I actually want to learn? Because again, I have the influence of my father, who's a real hardworking man, factory worker, didn't graduate high school. I have my mother, also didn't graduate high school. I think she dropped out in the 5th grade. Immigrant parents. And so, but then I live in the American system, and the American system is just, a beast of its own. So I'm trying to find my way in the world of half here, half there. So many influences of what I actually want to be. And so I took the best things of my dad, took the best things of my mother, and now you see the product of what I am and who I want to be. And the things that I say are not original. Like I said earlier, I get them and I influenced by a lot of people, and then I give them back to you guys as in a different product. But you like what I have to say. You like to hear what I got to say. And it's not to toot my own horn, but it's just when I meet people face to face in real life and they say what's up to me, they like to kick it with me. They like to know about me, because I am interesting when we actually get to talking, big issues or small issues, and they see how capable and competent I am to, go through this life with a good head on my shoulders. They like to kick it with me, and I think this platform, I get to reach a lot more people eventually, and whether I don't reach a lot of people and it's just for my friends and family that get to see sometimes a little bit of what I'm going through, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, I can get it out to everybody instead of always just texting, because texting to me is very difficult. I'm definitely trying to get better at it. What else did I want to say and touch base on while I'm here? That's pretty much it, I think. I'll leave it at that. I think when I came on, I had a little bit more to say, but before I got onto the camera, I'm thinking about what I'm going to say, but then I get distracted because I just got done washing dishes, things like that. I had a day off today from my job, and got to make myself a nice little breakfast. I love eating, and when I have some time to make a little breakfast for myself, make my protein shake, get a coffee started, it's always gonna be a good day. And then now I'm just getting prepared to go to my jiu-jitsu and kickboxing gym, which I started back up recently. I've been off of that for 2 years, and it was really painful to not be doing jiu-jitsu and kickboxing because I love that shit so much. But sorry for swearing, but I missed it so much, and I thought about it every single day. But it's a little bit farther from my house because they got a new gym. Shout out Wanderlei Jiu-Jitsu. But they got a little farther, and like I said, I was so busy with school, so busy, building my house or refurbishing my house, not having bathroom at times, not having a kitchen sink, like all those things, like those things take priority over my gym membership. Even though it sucks and I don't want to do it, it sucked at the time, but now 2 years later, I'm back in it. I'm gonna stay consistent again, and for the second half, we're in 2025. It's July. This next 6 months, it's gonna be all work, jiu-jitsu, and a little bit of this media thing to kind of just get my voice out there again and have a perspective on different things. I have my perspectives on what just happened, with this big and beautiful bill by Donald Trump. Is it good? Is it bad? So we'll get into those type of things as we move forward, and different career opportunities or adventures that I get involved with. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So that's gonna wrap it up right here, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.